Hello everyone and welcome to Thursday's English lesson. We are building on the work you did yesterday looking at writing a persuasive letter. So yesterday you had a little look and you got to organise a persuasive letter. So our learning objective today is to write non-narrative material using simple organisational devices, and today you're thinking about the format of a letter, of a persuasive letter. Your activity is to write a letter to Jemmy Button to persuade him to either stay on the island of Tierra del Fuego or go with the visitors. So let's have a reminder first of all of what a persuasive letter looks like. You can see here we've got a letter to Harry Kane about football. So what I would like you to do, just pause the video, have a read through and remind yourself of the format. Think about addresses, think about dates and how they're written, and also think about some of the words that are used in the persuasive letter. It goes over this slide and the next, so feel free to pause, have a read and go back through just to remind yourself of those features of a persuasive letter and what it looks like. And here is the end of the letter. Don't forget to summarise at the end as well. So let's remind ourselves of the work we did previously to do with Jemmy Button and whether you thought he should stay on the island of Tierra del Fuego or whether he should go. So I had a look and collated some information about why he should stay. So lots of you said that he would miss his friends. Lots of you said that he would miss his family. Lots of you said that the visitors were strangers, so he shouldn't go with them. He could be going to somewhere very different that he might not like. He might miss the environment. He might miss the trees. He might miss the stars. It's a reason to stay. It looked beautiful, that night sky. And maybe it was dangerous if he went with the visitors. Dangerous. So those were some of the ideas people said that he should stay on the island of Tierra del Fuego. Here's some of the reasons people gave for he should go and go with the visitors. He could explore. The visitors sounded friendly. It would be a great experience for him. He could try something new. He could learn a different language. Learn a different language. He could make new friends. It's an interesting flip side to leaving his old friends. And he won't be alone. All of the illustrations we've seen of Jemmy, he's been on his own. So maybe if he went to the visitors, he'd have new friends and he'd be with somebody for company. So today you're going to be writing a persuasive letter to Jemmy. You can choose whether you either think he should stay, so you can have a flip back and look at some of those reasons why he could stay, or whether he could go. So you need to choose one, whether he should stay or whether he should go, and try and persuade him to either go or stay on the island of Tierra del Fuego. And you can use some of these ideas that I've talked about, even if they weren't things that you thought of yourself. Let's have a reminder of some of the things that you could include. This slide is a word bank. So we've got here some greetings. We know how our letter is going to start. It's going to start with Dear Jemmy. You could write Dear Mr. Button if you're feeling really formal. We've got quite a few opening sentences there that you can use. Some introduction sentences and some extra detail, for example, in fact. We've got here some adverbials. You know what an adverbial is. It describes a verb. But we've got things like consequently and accordingly. If you're unsure of what these words mean, you can either look them up in the dictionary or use something different. Some really good sentence starters for the conclusion or the summary at the end of your letter, as you can see. On the whole, our closing farewell. And we've got some vocabulary there that might be useful for you, like arguments, unfair, support, persuade, imperative, pros and cons, for and against. If you're unsure of any of those words and what they mean, you can either use something different or have a look up in a dictionary and see if that is something you'd like to include in your work today. So our learning objective today, we are writing a formal persuasive letter. So you need to think about the structure of that. You need to think about where the address goes, and you need to make up the address for Jemmy on Tierra del Fuego, and you need to think about the full date and also how you start the letter and how you end it. I've got here to help you on this final slide, the success criteria. So when you have finished writing your letter, you might want to refer back to this like we do in class and tick it off in your head whether you've done it. Did I remember to put my address on the right? You're the sender. Did I remember to put Jemmy's address on the left? He's the recipient. Does the letter show the date in which it's written? Is there a greeting? Does it say, Dear Jemmy? The opening sentence hooks the reader and explains why you're writing. Did you use something like, it is my belief that you need to stay on the island of Tierra del Fuego because? There's an introduction. You can organise the text into paragraphs that have their own point. You might want to choose to have one paragraph saying about who he will miss, as in the people. You might want to have another paragraph saying what might he miss, about the environment, about the trees. So you have a think about that, how you would like to organise your text. You need to support each argument. You don't want to just say you should stay. You need to say you should stay because, and tell him a bit more about it. You need to write a conclusion to summarise the main point of the letter, so to clarify whether he should stay or go. And it finishes with yours faithfully if you do not know the name of the recipient, but we know Jemmy's name, so you're going to finish it with yours sincerely. Please check really carefully that you've spelt sincerely accurately. That word is really tricky, and it's here on the slide to help you. If you've got any questions, you can drop me a dojo, but today's job is to write a letter to Jemmy Button to try and persuade him whether he should stay on the island of Tierra del Fuego or if you think he should go with the visitors and explore the wider world. Good luck, everyone, and I look forward to seeing your work. Don't forget to join your writing and do the best presentation you can. Take care.